Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
Well, you're back with the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS with Don Getling and Gino Franti. For over half a decade, I had to say it, over half a decade, we've been sharing with you what you need to know, want to know, should know about real estate, finance, your community, and so much more. And we've helped thousands of families over the years. We're giving you great advice, thanks to our great partners, on how to build wealth, how to manage your debt, and just how to, I don't know, be happier about your entire financial situation.
Yeah, and you know what's important, Don, and how we reach you every single day, other than reaching you on the radio show on the weekend, is we reach you every day so that you're in the know and you kind of stay up to speed on things and don't fall behind. The way we do that is on the National Real Estate Cafe. So if you go to nrecafe.com, you can see there, what do we have, over 400 videos?
Yep.
Over 400 daily videos that we've done there to make sure that you're in the know. And you could see as the trends change, because that's what Don and I do, is we analyze the trends, because one report doesn't make a trend, one report makes a news headline.
Well, what's cool is if you look on, go to donandgino.com, if you're online, you'll see we have a crystal ball here.
It's not even cloudy.
It isn't. We've
It's
actually,
nice and clear.
Because we watch all the trends for you and all the charts for you. We're actually ahead of the game, usually by 3 to 6 months, on what's really happening in real estate and the financial world. Because the media will spin things. Without a doubt, they'll spin things any way they want. We'll see one article from one headline say one thing, and the other article from another
Same report.
media, same report, will spin it the other way.
Well,
So what does it really mean? Well, we help you figure that out on National Real Estate Cafe.
That's because they are marketing companies. All they're looking for is eyeballs so that they can show how many eyeballs they have so they can get advertisers, yada, yada, yada.
Hey, speaking of eyeballs, that's a good tee up for David. How do you get more eyeballs on your home? How do you sell your home for more? How do you have somebody that's got 30 years experience now guide you on how to sell your home for more and how to avoid pitfalls? Part of our jobs, a lot of you think it's just, putting a sign out in front and all this marketing, but it's also knowing all the pitfalls that you could possibly fall into. And when you're done the job like we have, I've got almost 30 years experience too, you kind of see things ahead of the game and you help. Our job is to help you through that, not just to be your friend, but actually to help guide you. Right?
Hold on, I'm a former real estate agent.
I'm sorry.
Okay, and I'm gonna and I'm gonna bring up a age old way to sell homes. There's this little tiny amulet that you put under the sign, right under the post, and it's the patron saint of real estate, a little Saint Joseph amulet. That's the secret, right? That's how it gets done. That's how all real estate gets done.
Dude, what were you smoking this weekend?
No, it really did happen. I promise. Yeah. Anyways,
is that how
I
it
grew
works?
I grew up in the San Fernando Valley. They did all kinds of weird stuff
I've
like
heard that story before, but I don't think too many people in the business today are actually
Remember
doing
that. Okay. I'm old enough for that.
All right. Again, we have David Hoshaw with SCV Realty, a 30-year veteran, a good friend of mine. We've been working together for years. He is phenomenal because he gets the job done. And you have some great tips on how, seller tips. Because right now it's a seller's market right now. We don't have enough inventory. So you can actually help them get more for their home, right?
Yeah. When you go to sell your home, buyers buy on emotions. In fact, we buy most everything on emotions, whether it's a shirt or a car or, what have you. And so to sell your home the fastest and for the best possible price, you want to increase that emotional appeal, the buyer emotional appeal.
I love that. That's true. I like that.
So there's several ways to do that, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, just a little time, perhaps. But one thing, we do as far as declutterizing is probably
That's huge.
the easiest thing to do.
Right.
Get a good cleaning. Those are, they might seem obvious, but I can tell you that is the return on that investment is 1,000 times. Just declutterizing, because the buyers.
Well, even the cleaning part, because some people go, well, it shouldn't really matter. They're going to clean the home anyway. But that's where they're looking at it, because remember, this is going to be their home. They're looking at your home going, ooh, how did they live in this thing? Ooh.
Yeah,
If you don't, they're like, oh, good, I'm buying somebody else who took good care of their home.
Yeah, it gives the impression of what the rest of the maintenance is going to be. So if the house is dirty, then you wonder, gosh, I guess they probably never changed the filters for the air conditioning unit. They probably never replaced things that they were supposed to replace on time. The plumbing's probably shot. All those things start going through their mind.
Yeah, first impression, and what's clean to one person may not be clean to another, but that's exactly right, Gino. The first impression, curb appeal. Buyers really judge the home the first 12 seconds before they even are in the home. They're judging it whether they want to buy it or not. But so many times I've seen buyers literally walk up to the kitchen sink, they look at it, they see the reflection in the sink, and that is a great buying sign. Okay, that stirs the emotions, and I mean that's just how subtle it can be. But based on that, they see the reflection. Oh, this place has been taken care of. It's clean. Oh, I could see entertaining here. Have my family over here. Versus, oh, I got to buy this house and I got to do a bunch of work.
Right.
You know, those homes tend to sell for less.
Yeah, I was going to say, some people like to buy like that, but you're not getting top dollar for it.
You're usually looking at a bargain hunter investor who generally doesn't pay the top dollar for the turnkey emotional type of home. But yeah, so those are a couple little tips.
And curb appeal is really important because I know when we do signature listings, you've seen those. We actually promote listings out there for a lot of the real estate agents out there. And the first thing when we look at it, is curb appeal, and it affects our emotions how we're going to promote that home. Trust me. And it's beater. You're just like, it's going to be some work, but it's really nice curb appeal. Right away, we're like, as soon as you see this house, you're going to see it as your home.
Right.
It's a big difference.
And you've been there 100 times as a real estate agent. You pull up to the house with the other family pulling up behind you, and they say, no, let's go. And you're like, well, what do you mean? This is one of the houses on our list. We have an appointment. And they're like, nope, don't even want to go inside. And that's what curb appeal has the possibility of doing to you.
Yeah.
All right, dive into some more tips before we overtalk your.
But as far as that first impression, I mean, colors even make a big difference. If it's a color that's kind of unique to you or your favorite color, it may not appeal to the masses. And so we try to make the home as neutral as possible. You know, the buyer they're not buying your sofa, or anything like that, but they want to picture their sofa in the living room. And the personal property. They want to visualize their personal property, their toaster on the counter, not your toaster. So they're little subtle things like that make a huge difference. Colors, like I said, do make a difference. Because
so I mean, even knocking down one of the walls that's like a bright yellow because that's what Susie wanted in the home. You might want to knock that down just because it's almost overpowering.
Yeah, I had a client recently. He spent $40,000 decorating and designing, having an interior design in this house. Unfortunately, the wall was what I call blood red, a couple of the walls.
I've seen that.
And it took a lot of persuasion, I guess, but just counseling to convince him to get it fixed. And so we ended up painting the house for less than $3,000, the whole place. And now it's neutral. Okay, so it appeals to the masses, and we ended up selling it quickly for full price. And believe me, if it was left in the original colors, I think one of the other rooms was orange.
You eliminated half your buyers right off the bat.
Easily, because most buyers, they're not looking for work. They're looking to bring their toothbrush and a pillow and get on with their life.
Yeah, I've experienced it as a landlord. I had tenants that had painted the place, and I thought it was great, like this really nice sage green. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. I'm going to leave it like this. I couldn't rent the place to save my life.
Yeah.
I painted it white, boom, gone immediately.
Yeah. So again, appeals to everybody. It fits with everybody's furniture, matches all the sofas, and so forth.
All right, before we go, David, again, we're here with David Hoshaw with SCV Realty, a 30-year veteran, sharing some important seller tips. But the key thing, David, I want to clarify before you go today, because when you're looking for a real estate professional, you want someone that's going to actually guide you. We do this when we do home loans. Trust me, we give you all the information to help you make an educated decision, not just what's your lowest rate. Well, a lot of times the lowest rate is not the best option. Trust me, we save hundreds of dollars on mortgage payments all the time by giving them different strategies. What I like, David, is that you're confident and experienced enough to really tell your sellers what they need to do to be as successful as possible. Am I right?
Absolutely. The truth is, it may be painful at first, but in the long run, it's well worth it. And so many things. Shorter time in the market is less stress for the family, less inconvenience, and generally speaking, you'll sell it for a higher price the shorter time it's on the market.
All right. How can they get a hold of you again, David, if you want a really experienced real estate professional who's going to actually guide you through the process and help you get top dollar for your home?
Great. I'd be happy to offer a consultation, no obligation to anybody, and help them get on their way as far as to their next move. You can reach me directly at 661-505-1069.
505-1069, and your web address?
Yes, scvrealty.com.
It's easy.
And the email's david at scvrealty.com.
There
All
you
right,
go.
David Hoshaw. Nicely done, buddy.
Oh, thank
Good
you.
stuff.
Thanks for having me,
Thanks
guys.
for your friendship
Awesome.
over all the years and being a great professional and a great person in our community here. Good job, man.
And thanks for you guys' support. You've always treated our clients excellent.
Thank you for that.
Thanks,
All
bud.
right, reach out to David Hoshaw, SCV Realty, and stick around. We have Mr. Bob Keller back by popular demand, always sharing what's really happening in our community. You need to hear this when we come back. Don't go away.